build, and if you look at the map of the plan where the rail network is, the Fires like matches it perfectly almost. Also, another thing where people were getting upset with Newsom because
yeah,
let's go.
We back. Yeah. Imaginary high fives with Tori. Wouldn't it be funny if we made up Tori this whole time? It's like someone, it's like all this AI sound effects and shit. Fuck, that'd be mad. Well, before we get started, I have an announcement to make. We actually got our second payout, everyone. Woohoo!
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Thank you guys very much. We made $10.90.
Is that the biggest amount that you've made?
No, the first time we got paid was like $15 bucks.
Holy shit. So
split $10.90 between four of us. Tori's a female, so she gets paid less, obviously.
I knew you were gonna say that.
So what's that each?
It's only fair.
Well, $10 divided by 4 is $2.50.
$2.50.
Minus 50 cents.
That's not even
mine.
a coffee in
I was
Sydney.
about to say that exact same thing.
It's not even a coffee in Sydney.
You can't even get a bag of fucking sour worms of that shit.
I thought she got that figure from the top of her head, and I was like, and she's the one that kept on less money.
Yeah. Oh, Christ. Well, as always, it's, a start, I guess. We can almost quit our jobs. That's just cool. Anyway, Joey K, how are you, mate?
Yeah,
What's been happening? We're recording pretty soon after the last one, aren't we? Or
Yeah,
it's Tuesday, so
Yeah, not much has happened, to be honest. Just working away. Just did a lot of OT last week. Worked on the weekend. What else we do, bub? Not much actually.
Preparing for the Bucks this weekend.
Yeah, that's
for you guys.
it. Yeah, we got our friend Josh McCann's Bucks.
You have a big weekend, mate.
Yeah, big weekend ahead.
Hence why there's no beers tonight, boys.
That's it.
We're saving ourselves for fucking the weekend. So we're drinking tea right now.
Mate.
Dylan, what's been happening, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, eh? I haven't really been up to much this week. Just getting back into the swing of things. But I want to try something with you two right now, right? Just quickly, Rose and I have been doing this thing, right? Have you seen this thing where you try to say the same word? So you go 3, 2, 1, and you say same word, and then you get closer and closer, right? Just before I came here, Rose and I go 3, 2, 1. I said bike, and she said can. And I go 3, 2, 1, medal, and we both got it straight away 2 times.
Okay.
So the three of us, do you get how the game works?
Yeah.
So I say 3, 2, 1. You say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Yeah.
And then we do it again, and we try to get all of us to get the same word. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can.
So are we going all three at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time.
Okay.
You say, all right, ready? Maybe Tori do the countdown.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and we'll say with the first thing comes to our mind.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Salamander.
Salamander, car, and what
Football.
Football. Oh, that's hard.
That's not even. We're not even in the same
No,
ballpark.
not even
I feel like I know what
Okay.
direction we're going to go. All right, ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Animal. What'd you say?
I said field.
Shit.
Animal.
Okay, this is
We're
going
getting
horrible.
further. We're getting. All right, we'll do. Let's do one more. If we don't get close, we'll quit.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Cat.
Star Wars.
I couldn't
Babe,
even
you're
think of nothing.
supposed to...
He's not even trying to ring it back.
The goal is that after you all say the first
We
word,
try to
you all...
telepathically speak it.
He's just still going on.
I'm just plucking shit that's coming to my mind.
So you
Jesus
didn't understand how the game.
No, I didn't.
No.
All right, scratch
go,
that game.
go.
All
Well, anyway, how have you been, bro?
No, we need one more round.
All right, let's start again. All right.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Dog.
Red.
Don't even say anything. Go fuck.
No, we're not
get
doing
fucked.
it anymore.
Yeah, fuck it.
We can anyway, but Rose and I, and the first time we did it, right, I said beach and she said, I said beach and she said water.
That's so crazy
and
to
we-
get even
like,
closer.
I know,
Okay.
but yeah, I thought we'd be better than that.
Nah. We're too. There's too much going on.
Anyway,
right now,
maybe
mate.
next time. What you been up to anyway?
Not much for me. Yeah, quiet week. Just mentally preparing for this Bucks weekend. Man, you know what I was thinking, right? What happened to like the good old days where it was like a Bucks was like just one night, but you get absolutely fucking railed. You do crazy shit. One night, we've got 8 or 9 hours in a night to go absolutely mental. What happened to that now in this day and age? Everything's like weekends away and fucking going here, going there.
I think because it's like then what differentiates that from any other night out? You know what I mean? I feel like a Bucks.
No, because the Bucks, you do crazy shit. You do fucking wild shit. With the boys, you go nuts. And you go just a bit more than a normal night. You know what I'm saying? But now I feel like I don't mind the going away stuff. It's fun, but like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, no, I feel like everyone goes away now.
Yeah.
Can I just add? I was actually talking to my therapist about this, and she was saying that she's Polish. So she was, I was telling her about how it's a weekend away and it's a big extravagant thing now, and how other people plan it and all this sort of stuff. And she was genuinely dumbfounded at how it's such a Western thing for somebody else to plan your hens or your bucks and it be an entire weekend thing. She was like, that's not a European thing at all. Like that's definitely a Western thing where like you get married and you expect someone else plans your weekend. And I was like,
It is kind of weird.
True.
It's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously we'll lap it up when we all get married.
Yeah.
But it is a very weird thing that you expect someone else to like, or you don't expect it, but like you
do.
know it's going to happen. And if nobody was to plan, if you like when you get married, if none of your mates planned your bucks, you'd be like,
kind of
what the
weird.
fuck?
Yeah. Then I'd be like, wait, this is fucking weird. Like,
exactly.
yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, fuck, it's kind of like what happened just, you know, like
I love
the
them,
hangover type shit.
I love Bucks parties, man. I love them.
I
love the ones that
I've only been to one prior to this. Just one. Which was also a weekend away, but I didn't stay for the whole weekend because I had shit to do.
it just gets weird where I've been at Bucks's where it becomes like seedy and like people start doing shit where I'm like
taking their dicks out and shit. You're like, all right.
You're
like, okay, man.
I'm talking about when like if a strippers get involved or when you enter it with the attitude of like, this is my last night to just come on someone else that isn't my missus or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like some people literally go,
people do get a bit silly.
they do,
like,
some people, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've been to certain ones, like no one that you guys know or whatever, but certain people that I'm just like,
so you've seen crazy shit then.
I'm like, damn, okay, this is actually happening. And then the thing is, at the start, it's all like, yeah, the boys. And then next minute, I'm just like watching on,
Tori, come pick me up.
what is happening right now? Yeah. And then the next time I see him after, it's like, you know what? I know what you did at the Bucks, but it stays at the Bucks.
Yeah.
And it's like that Bucks has to kind of trust that everyone on that Bucks isn't opening their mouth like I'm doing right now.
The thing I don't get about that whole mentality about it's your last night or whatever, you wouldn't cheat on your partner
Any other
before.
night.
You're still
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Like, so what makes it okay on the Bucks?
yeah,
it's fucking weird.
Yeah, because you get a hall pass, didn't you know? No.
No. So already went ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding.
I don't know. I think to me, it's like I thought because when I was younger, strippers was a must because that's all I ever knew. And then I was like, I went to a few that didn't have them, and I'm like, you don't really like. It's really awkward that whole like stripper experience, right? When I've had like topless waitresses and stuff, like and this and that, and then you kind of like in this weird position where you're like, okay, most of the boys are taken anyway, so you're like. She knows she's just there for the money, and then you know she is too. But then it's like some people just don't know that line, or they do know the line, but then once a few drinks get involved, it's like,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Moving on.
that is
Jesus
the
Christ.
only time where a stripper kind of is acceptable. But even then, it's kind of like, what's the point then if you just want to vomit after she leaves? You know?
I feel like that memory is haunting him forever. That's crazy.
So, okay, so you've obviously, I've only been to one Bucks and it wasn't nowhere near that crazy. Like, fucking hell. Jesus, like, fuck. Anywho, moving on. DZ, do you want to read out some of the
Oh yeah,
the new community corner, which we've actually got some decent ones this time around?
Listen up. If you want to leave your impression on the show, just go to our link, hit the anonymous message, and you can leave us a message. Tell us how you're doing. You don't have to make it anonymous. Say your name in it if you want, but that's going to be there all the time like SpeakPipe. So just go. It's like a little vault. Leave your questions. Maybe we'll read them.
What's up, Australia? It's Egyptian Thunder God here from FireCast. Do you like training? What about staying hydrated? What about letting the world know? Because we all know that everyone loves to film themselves. If you don't film it at the gym, it doesn't count. This is the easiest way to take your videos at the gym. It's got this magnetic ring, the back of your phone. Set it up like so and record whatever you want. You don't have to be some obnoxious dude or girl bringing some tripod thing to the gym. No one wants to see that. This is so subtle yet so effective. 10% of every purchase also goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital, so that's a plus. This thing stays hot or cold for hours, and it just doesn't get better than this. You know what I mean? You can pick up yours whenever you want. Hydro Grip. Let's go.
Got some good ones. Got 3 of them. What was the most entertaining part of making music? Has there been a time you wanted to quit?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is that anonymous?
Yeah, they're all anonymous.
Wow, that's a great question. For me, no. So there was never, ever, ever a time in my mind that I was going to quit or give up or throw the towel in. And that is, like I've said 100 times on this show over the years, that is also after nights where I'm crying myself to sleep and shit. That's how stressing it was trying to teach. When you're not musical at all, it is so fucking difficult, especially when you get into music theory and all that bullshit. It was like, to me, it was like studying math. It was insane. But I persevered. 10 years later, I'm extremely fucking good at it now. So, but no, never wanted to quit ever, which is really cool because that's the only thing ever that I never like.
You got a song coming out, don't you?
I've got 3. I've got one.
Yeah, I've got a couple too. Man.
One this Friday with a UK producer, Hayes, drum and bass. That song is fucking an absolute ridiculous belter. Then I've got a dubstep one. Then I've got another dubstep one in Feb. And then I've got a whole bunch of shit in the vault.
Yeah, me too, man. Smithereens is already out. Thank you for everyone checking that out. And then this Sunday, our one, Wasting Time, comes out. And then after that, in another 2 weeks on Sunday, Apocalypse comes out.
Yes, sir.
Which is dope, man.
Yep.
So DZ Sundays, well and truly on the way. But yeah, in terms of wanting to quit music, not really, because no matter how much time off I've taken, it's always that thing that's back there. And every time I don't rap for a while, and I finally get back to rapping, or someone sends me a feature to do or something, and I start rapping, I always go to Rose. I'm like, "Fuck, I'm fucking good at this shit.
Yeah,
I'm fucking cracked at rapping, man." Like,
Yeah.
and it feels good to have that one thing that you're fucking good at.
Yeah.
What about you? I mean, you don't make music, but like, have you ever wanted to quit the path you were on? Even with the podcast, maybe you're like, "Fuck, this shit's not working."
No, the podcast never. Not really, eh? Like sometimes I'm like, fuck, do you know, like, I don't know, if you work a normal 9 to 5 and you've done the same thing your whole life ever since school, like I'm like, I don't know what I would do if I was an electrician. But I mean, I definitely had times when I was an apprentice where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But then I'd always get told like, oh, just finish your trade, this and that. But I feel like if I did give up, I wouldn't have anything to my name regardless. But if I just, persisted with getting my trade, then I can always do something else now, and then I'll always have that trade and that license,
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't know. I think it's hard, right? Because if you do give up, you're definitely gonna fail. But then if you don't, it's like you might.
You got to play to win, man. Otherwise,
but it's easy. It's easy to quit though. It's almost like everyone's fingers just on that button. It's like the easiest button to push. You know what I mean? With anything in life, you know what I mean.
What about you, Tori? Nothing. You didn't pursue a dream of rock climbing and then quit? No?
No, I've always done the same thing since I've left school, like working in corporate, working in finance. But I can't wait to get out and do something different, hopefully after our Europe trip. But nothing else really.
What would you do different?
Anything?
Any plans?
Like anything?
Literally anything
Just a
other
career change, yeah.
I'd love to go into a government role, or I'd love to go into like a council role or something like that because the perks are really good. And there's a lot of growth and the money's really good.
Yeah.
But no clue.
Yeah.
It depends why you're into something too. Like a lot of people, it's easy for people to quit music when they're in music to try be fucking Post Malone or to try be fucking, the next big thing, because it's not going to happen. You got to do it because you love it. Like we've been doing it for so long and we still do it because we love it. And we're good at it, man. Like we're good at it and we like to do it. So,
I was thinking about this too the other day because the only times that my brain isn't going a fucking 1,000 miles an hour like a race car is when I'm making music or reading. That's why I love reading so much. But when I'm making music, it's like I can't describe it. It's like my mind is blank, but I know exactly what I'm doing.
flow state, bro.
Yeah, it's weird. It's fucking weird. I wish everyone can experience that with something they really enjoy, because it's a really nice feeling. You would get that with reading, right? So I love reading. My brain's just, for once, it's like quiet, and I'm just picturing the story in my fucking. I love that shit, man.
The next one says, do you consider yourself spiritual without being religious? Some say having a lot of dreams can be a way to connect with a different world.
Good question.
I guess I'm spiritual without being religious. I mean, it just it's trying to put titles on shit that doesn't really.
Yeah,
need,
like spiritual is such a blanket statement. Like, what does that? I don't know. Like, what does that mean?
Like, why does everything need a title, man? Like, you believe in a higher power or something. Like, you don't have to label it like religion. I don't know. I believe in something.
This might be stupid, but spirituality, that's got nothing to do with like. I mean, I believe like what you put out is what you like get back, and it's like is that a form of spirituality? Not really,
Is
right?
it a religion?
Kinda. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's all religions.
The definition of spirituality is the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
Yeah. So what I mean is like you base your riches off the goodness of your soul, like what you do to others. You know what I mean? And I feel like that would just come back your way. That's kind of the belief I tend to gravitate towards, and that's the closest thing to being spiritual that I can. But I'm not heavy into it. I don't fucking drive around with a dream catcher in my fucking
I got like fucking dreadlocks in the backyard with fucking no clothes on and shit like that. I consider myself more on the spiritual side, but same thing. Like I wouldn't call myself spiritual, but I'm superstitious. Oh, what is that? Oops. I'm superstitious so like I believe in like the rock crystals and all that cool shit, but I don't. You can see in here, I don't have them fucking all over the walls, and I don't have a fucking like a fucking mistletoe at the front door and make people wipe their feet 3 times and shit. But I do, I'm a superstitious guy. I'm like I said, I'm like a gypsy. I lean into like gypsy kind of. It's kind of cool. Like, but other than that, nothing too OTT.
I like Buddhist kind of religion, Eastern religion. I feel like all that shit's kind of true to me. It resonates to me. What do you believe? You're very much like science and shit, eh? Like, do you think anything happens when you die? Like, what do you think?
I'm not religious. Like, I believe, I don't know, I'm very big on, I don't know if this is spirituality or what, but I'm just very big on the universe giving back.
Yeah,
I
same,
guess what
same.
you put into the universe is
Karma,
what you'll,
yeah.
I'm very big in that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, when you die, I like to think reincarnation. Like, I like to think that I'll come back as something cool, but I don't know. When you die, you go somewhere, but you're dead. I don't really care.
Yeah. So you don't think it's just black though? You know them cunts are
No,
like,
no,
It's
no.
just black, nothing
no,
different.
I think something happens. I don't believe in heaven and hell.
yeah, me neither really.
But I believe something happens. And I'm just a big believer in the universe, really.
Yeah, same. See, if I had a god, it's the universe.
Yeah.
Let's start a religion. We'll call it Scientology, and we believe
That's
in
already a religion.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, a ridiculous one, but yeah.
Scientology.
All right, new name then, but we'll come up with that. Don't
Come
worry.
back.
Hey, this fan's actually working, fam.
It's not overheating.
I told you.
Wow, well done, DZ.
Let's
Woohoo!
go, baby.
Joey
Yeah.
for buying it.
Thank you to Joey getting the right battery.
Even though I said it was too big.
Joey bought this
Upgrading.
humongous fucking... Oh, there we go. It is heating up a little bit. It's fine. It's fine.
The last one, the weirdest trend you've done and why? Now I haven't really done a trend.
As in trend that I've followed? Or...
So me and Tori did this trend together. So remember that trend where...
What is it? Don't include my name yet until I know what it is.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. I have the video. I swear I have the video on my phone or something, like back in the day. But it was that trend where like, there was a song on, and then like she's wearing her clothes, I'm wearing my clothes, and we're just
and
doing
then
this.
you
And you
change.
turn off the light, and then you cut it, and you turn it back on. And I was wearing her small little PJs,
Oh,
and she was
gosh.
wearing my clothes.
I remember that.
And you have to act like the girl, like after.
I could not bring myself to do that.
I'm pretty sure Joey's the one that said let's do
was his
it.
idea.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually never... Oh, I don't know. I guess it's a lie. When you're in high school, I mean, you do follow the trends
That's what
because
I
you're trying to be cool. You're trying to fit in. So like if Nikes are in, everyone's fucking wearing Nikes. Everyone's spiking up their hair.
That's
and it looks
that's what
fucking
I was gonna say.
horrendous. But we
The
all
hair.
did it. Like, you know what I mean?
Did you do the
Like,
Harlem Shake ever? Do the Harlem Shake.
Nah,
When I
nah.
first read it, I thought of that kind of shit. And I was like, I
Yeah.
haven't really done that. But then, like, I
You- like in
I did
school.
the hair. You know, the comb over with the
Stupid
spiky hair.
hair.
in year 7,
You know,
bro.
Tori, me and you used to party. We were in high school, right?
Yeah.
Why did you guys let us boys go out in like those ugly ass chinos and like Air Forces and these ugly ass?
But
like,
they also had their upper lip pierced, and they wore
Yeah.
fucking,
Oh, like
and they
we-
wore their
we-
trackies rolled up. Probably.
Bro, us in the West, I don't care what anyone says, we used to dress so bad, but it was in
But
at
that
the
was
time.
the style
That was
at
the
the time.
style.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Have you seen old pictures of like Josh when he's like a chameleon? He's gone through so many stages where he's got different, like he was wear Canterbury's and stuff, and then he'd look
like-
he'd look Lebo.
I used to wear
And then
Canterbury's.
Sally went through an emo stage where
TN
she
stage.
had TN stage, and then she had the fringe. This is only going back from photos that I've seen, of course.
Yeah.
But like, it's different to see. Like, I used to straighten my mullet back in school and thought it was like cool.
Yeah, my
Like, and
God.
I used to tuck it into my blazer because I'd be like, "Oh, sir's coming." Like, what's that?
Oh,
And
gosh.
like it's and I used to think I was that shit. It's
You're the
crazy.
cool- yeah.
The fucking comb over with the spiky hair is wild.
I don't know
can't
why
believe
why
that.
was everyone doing
It's,
that?
it's like
my
it's
God.
like a
Wow.
it's like a non-binary Goku or something.
Yeah. Fucking
That's
hell.
what everyone looked like.
That shit is terrible, man.
Is that the last one?
Yeah, that was it, man.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, the things are in our bio if you want to, if you need some advice as well. We're all, pretty good at giving advice here. We've also got a female one here
I
now.
was just going to say that now it's not just going to be 3
Yeah.
dudes.
So you can get both sexes advice,
Yeah.
I think
Oh, that's beautiful. And then what's that now?
Well, that was community corner, so I guess it's Reddit, man.
Reddit penis. All right, I forgot the theme song last week.
Welcome to the Reddit Corner.
You pieces of shit. Was it my one this week? Yes, it was.
Yes,
Yes, it
sir.
was.
You
So-
did a pretty good one.
My one was worst festival experiences, right? I don't know why I come up with this, but I just thought it'd be a funny one. So I'll kick us off. Of course, some people in Reddit are just, the shit they say, I'm pretty sure every single Reddit post is just the fat nerd in the basement making shit up.
Yeah, I went with the more
Like shit.
like believable ones that people could relate to at festivals, because some of them was like, my girlfriend got a pregnancy test on the way to the festival, and I was like, wait, so you're saying that you're having
that could
pre-drinks?
happen.
Yeah, I guess it could.
This one's pretty, So it's called Halloween 2021. The Renegade stage set up not far from the camp and played horrible music all night. Half the campsite packed up early and left. Like a whole day early.
Fucking hell.
Which
You go ahead, bro.
we all went to Rampage, which was a 4-day drum and bass and dubstep festival, and how funny was it trying to sleep? Oh my!
I would have happily packed up after the first fucking day.
Can I tell you a little story, right? So I got some Reddit I'll read out, but this is another. I got two experiences I want to share. But one was at Rampage, and it was the first day we got there, right? And it was overcast, and then it started sprinkling while we were trying to get all our stuff in these tents, right? And me and Tori booked this 2-man tent, and we didn't realize how shallow the roof was. Like, it was tiny. You had to get dressed on your knees. So we were getting dressed on our knees. Our
You like crying and shit.
Our shoes were dirty as, and it was raining outside. And then my head was touching the tent, and you know how when moisture comes in when you rub it too much, so moisture starts coming in, and I'm like, oh my god, and I'm trying to pull my undies on, laying down, and she starts like almost crying, right?
No, I was crying.
You were
Trying to leave and shit at one point, like, no, don't leave.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I don't know what we're gonna do. How are we gonna do this for 4 days? Blah blah blah. I was like, it's okay. I'm like, fuck, not off to a good start. So I
was dead sober for the whole festival as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So sober. So I knew it was going to be rough. Like,
Yep.
because I couldn't just bypass it with the fact that I was fucked.
Yeah.
So I went over to the guy that was in charge. There was like a reception area who was in charge of all the tents. And I was like, hey, listen, man, my missus isn't having a good time in this small tent. We didn't realize how small it was. Do you have any spare 10-man tents or 6-man tents that me and the missus can just stay in? And he's like, yeah, we do have a few. It's a $300 upgrade. And I was like, fuck it. Just paid it.
pay it, yeah.
And then we had a tent that was partitioned in 3 sides, right? You had the middle, which we put little deck chairs in, and like we would eat there and stuff and drink and whatever. Then the side one was for our luggage. The other side was where we slept. So it could fit 6 people, right? But it would just be as squishy as it was with us 2 in the 2-man tent if we had 6 people.
Best decision ever.
So it was so
Upgrade.
good, man. Yeah, like so it was. I was good. I was happy we did that, because it was like, we like to live a little bit bougie. We've realized over a few experiences we've had, like traveling and doing stuff, we like a bit of the finer things. You know what I mean? So camping in a small tent like that, it's insane. I would never do that.
Yeah, that sounds
but I
terrible.
thought we were going to go home. She wanted to leave, not just the festival. She
Go
wanted
home,
to
like, go home, like,
She wanted to go
fly
to
home.
Sydney.
Yeah.
I go, she wanted to go
We
home.
just flew 20 hours to get here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
I will not have
I'll
it.
never forget where the festival, like, you're that, like you're already hungover because you've been awake for so long. So you're walking to bed hungover already. You haven't slept yet. And then the second I put my head down and closed my eyes, the tent next to me just put on hard stop.
Yeah,
and I was
that
like,
was the worst.
fuck. I was like, we are in for a rough 4 days, bro.
And there was Germans and stuff outside. Do you guys remember that?
And they were like talking and
so
just
loud, and it
my
was
God.
scary.
They were
at
trying
night.
to look for Jews. It was crazy.
Das ain't me like yeah. Anyway, you got a Reddit, Joey?
Yes. So I was sold dodgy Molly by a friend of mine who showed me pictures to confirm it was tested.
Oh, I think I had that one, dude.
I had this one. Yeah, I had this one.
Well, he used an old picture. After taking it, it went downhill fast. No euphoria, no love, just complete and utter fear and sickness. I was pretty experienced with it at the time, and I immediately knew something was off when I started puking and couldn't stop. I ended up in the medical tent where I blacked out. My friend there with me said I was seizing for almost an hour before they finally transferred me to the ER. I don't remember any of it, but the toxicology report showed a whole laundry list of substances. When I finally came to the next day, the doctor said I was lucky to be alive. Never touched Molly again in my life.
Scary. I mean,
That shit happens
happen.
often, man.
that's why they've been trying to push for, like
doing it.
Testing.
drug testing
They're
at
doing it
festivals.
now,
Like,
yeah.
Well, now I think
You have to do it.
Maybe we've discussed this recently, maybe we haven't, but now I don't know if it's fentanyl reaching Aussie shores, but
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think it is now. Where
Yeah.
for a while in America that was a thing, and I thought, oh well, Australia doesn't, Australia probably wouldn't get it over here, right? But now you're hearing reports of people that do crack into the old cocaine, and they end up either sick or dead,
Dying.
unfortunately. Yeah.
It's a recent thing, the pill testing, isn't it, Tori?
no, I don't
In
think.
Europe,
No, it is.
I think-
Here.
No, I don't
Here.
think they've done
And I
anything.
seen it on the news, bro. Here, they're doing it this
but
year.
I feel like you'd still get in trouble though, right?
So New South Wales to trial pill test. So currently in New South Wales, we do not do pill
Yeah, no.
testing.
Yeah.
In other states, they do. New South Wales to trial pill testing at music festivals in 2025 to reduce risk and harm associated with illicit drug use.
Yeah.
So it'll be trialed
Yeah.
for 12 months, and it'll cost just over $1 million to roll out the service.
So can I just get this? Let me get this straight. So you're saying that they're going to have pill testing, right? Which, by the way, pills and that they're illegal, but they're going to have police with the dogs and stuff. What happens when you line up in that pill testing? Is that not you going, "Hey,
No,
I'm
because
guilty"?
it's not it's New South Wales Health
Yeah.
that does the testing. It's not
It's
police,
not the police and shit.
or
yeah.
anything like that.
But can't the
But if they
police
see
stand
you in
outside
the
the tent?
if they see you in the
Yeah.
line,
I wondered about that too.
They'd have to obviously come to an agreement where they go, look, if
Yeah.
you get caught trying to sneak it in, you're still going to get the
Yeah.
extent of the law, but the police would probably stay away from that section because at the end of the day,
Exactly.
it's like some like 18, 19-year-old kid could literally overdose eating some dodgy shit. And at the end of the day, no matter how hard you try and what you say, you will never stop people doing drugs.
Yeah.
It's impossible to police, and we will never, ever, ever be able to police that.
so it's more important to save a life than it is to hand out
Exactly.
a fine or
They
a
should
So-
sentence.
just
or something.
decriminalize the shit, man, and kind of like focus more on a health standpoint.
That's such a
bro.
big thing. But then again, weed has come a long way in that regard. But at the end of the day, like it's so different when you open up the floodgates to that stuff because we've never had it before. So how would they kind of control? They can't control it. That's the whole point of doing it.
It's not about control. It's just to stop young people from dying from eating dodgy shit. So like, and not just that too. People don't realize if you're a young person, right? Say you go into a festival, you buy these pills or whatever, you've snuck them in, you've bought this shit, and then you go, you know what? Fuck it, let's test it. And then you do test it, and then the test comes up that it's this dirty ass shit you have not purchased. That might then deter a young person from doing drugs, and that actually might educate them and go, holy shit, if I didn't get this tested, this could have killed me.
Yeah.
So it's actually like, it's a win-win for everyone, really.
Yeah.
Like, that's just my opinion anyway. Maybe let us know. We might do some speak pipes on that one. Let us know your opinions on that. Should we do it
or not. That's a good
or
yeah.
not?
Question for you guys actually on the pill testing. Or the drug testing, say you went to this tent or whatever it's going to be, and it got tested. Where would you draw the line on you wouldn't still consume it?
Fentanyl.
Yeah, anything that's not.
I would just
what
say,
you- what you want.
Yeah,
Like-
I would just say, is this stuff deadly or can it kill me? And if they say no, just you feel shit.
Well, put it right? An ecstasy pill or whatever should be majority MDMA. So if you
Yeah.
get that tested and then the fucking test has got
70%.
70% fentanyl, 5% MDMA, 7% cocaine, that's when you're like, wowzers!
Wouldn't do it.
I'm flick that shit away. Like,
Yeah.
damn, that's the shit that kills
or
you.
you just ride the wave, baby.
I don't even
See
want
what
to.
comes out the other side. Nah, I'm joking.
I don't
No.
even want to know what I've taken in the past when I was young, man. Who knows what this
Probably
shit-
some
yeah.
fucking
rat poison, morphine, fucking-
Battery acid.
Anyway,
some leather boot cleaner.
this person says, this is my last one, I guess, because Joey stole my other one. At my first festival ever, Electric Forest 2015, I decided to go barefoot for a day. After a slice of spicy pie and some molly, the urge to shit was overcoming me. I had not prepared. I realize a lot of mine are shit stories. I don't know why I gravitate to the shit stories. Anyway, the urge to shit had overcome me. I had not prepared for this and had no toilet paper. I had to beg people in the line for some TP, but alas, no one else had any either, and every porta potty was barren. I had to go barefoot into the porta potty and take the messiest shit of my life and wipe my ass with the bandana I was wearing on my head. This bandana was also a gift from my boyfriend at the time, who had a matching one. I had to tell him I lost it. I haven't gone barefoot at a festival since. You know, there's some dirty hippie chick who's going fucking barefoot
That
at
is
the
this.
festival.
And you see the TikToks of them dancing and the feet are like black. Oh.
Like, not just in the festival, but she went to the toilet barefoot.
Yeah.
That
And
is
those porta friggin' potty thingies, whatever they're called, are foul.
Remember trying to shower at Rampage?
Yeah.
Oh my! The 5 hour first time experience of getting out the EDC Vegas parking lot. So Chloe knows this one. We went to EDC Las Vegas. Oh, what a festival that was! Amazing. But we did that one a little bit different. Where we didn't camp, we had the luxury of our hotel with hot water, fucking hot food, a warm bed, clean sheets, pillows. It was great.
That is fucking mad.
But the problem is of course, can you please look up, Chloe, what year did we go to EDC Las Vegas? Can you please look up, Tori, the attendance of EDC Las Vegas 2019? This is the amount of people, though, going from said hotel to the festival. Our first day there took us 4 hours to get there.
How
Is this
far
in
was the
Florida?
hotel?
No, in Las Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas.
The hotel is only like, what, a 40-minute drive, if that?
Fuck.
But there's that many people, it causes... Let them know how many people there were, Tori.
465,000.
Oh
I was
my
fucking
God.
there at one of the biggest festivals in the world. So can you imagine remember us at Dom Dollar? Oh, you didn't stay to the end. Dom Dollar, everyone, as always, a nightmare. Everyone stays to the end and it's a herd of cattle trying to get out, right? Imagine 400,000
It's almost half a mil.
400,000 people at the same time trying to get out of there and go home. It is a fucking nightmare. It's a nightmare. So getting there was the same thing. You've got 400,000 people lining up at all different places, buses, taxis, Ubers, and it's just an absolute traffic jam.
More people camp, I reckon, because you get rid of that. But then again, it is a rough experience, man. Camping in general isn't for everyone, but when you do it at a festival, it's a bit more grungier than normal camping, right?
It's an added element of filth.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I reckon I could do it one more. I reckon I'd have one more in me. One more. Maybe Lost Lands. Maybe Rampage again because Rampage was fun. Tomorrowland even, but I've seen a lot of TikToks on Tomorrowland camping. Apparently it's a nightmare because Tomorrowland also, I'm pretty sure, is like 400,000 people.
That's the biggest one, I think.
Yeah.
Pierce did that. Pierce went to Tomorrowland
Did he
by
camp?
himself. He went by himself.
And camped.
I don't know. I think he camped, yeah.
I've seen so many. How many people, Tori?
Typically around 400,000.
Yeah.
So slightly less than EDC.
Crazy.
I've seen so many TikToks that people reckon the camping is fucking... If you do it though, you're a soldier, but it's very hard. Because it's just shit everywhere. Yeah. So many people coming in and out. Like there's
That's
lines
wild.
to everything. But
that shit does not interest me at all. Eh? Festivals, I've been to one festival in my life. It was Good Life when I was 16.
Was it Juicy Fest or?
It was Good Life.
Juicy Fest.
It was Good Life. It was fucking ass. I hated it then, and I'll hate them now. So I have no interest. I'll perform if I'm on the stage. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's that thing where like, do you hate crowds?
Yes.
Like, as in, like, for one, like, you're always knocking into each other.
Yeah.
You kind of get a bit aggravated. You just like your own space.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm seeing that more now when I go to festivals. I never used to see it before. I used to think you were fucking boring if you thought that. And then now I'm like, I get it. It's just, it took me longer to see it, but I get it, man. Like, I get annoyed that people are even like rubbing up against me. And then I'm like, wait, but I'm adding to this myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's that main character shit. But I don't have any more Reddits, but I got one more experience that I seen, but it wasn't my worst experience, but it was this guy's worst experience. It was crazy. So I was at that festival in Newcastle, and I don't remember who was playing, but it was like a trap DJ, right? So there was mosh pits and stuff forming and whatever, and the mosh pit opened up, and I'm just seeing like these guys with their shirts off, they're fucking off their guts, and you can tell it's just like big dick swinging, you know? They just want to see whose dick's bigger, you know? That's all mosh pit's all about, really. I never really get involved. I kind of like run in and then kind of push someone in front of me and then go out. Like, but this one guy, I seen this one guy run up, right? And these two guys are going to collide, but this other guy coming in the opposite direction, king hit someone, boom, and I heard it like, it sounded like he needs someone's head. It was just so like, it was like this, and he just dropped like a sack of shit. And I remember just being like, holy fuck. And then just before everyone came storming in, someone grabbed his limp body up, jerked him up, and his head was just like, like this.
My
but
God.
he saved this guy from getting
trampled to death.
obliterated.
Yeah,
But he was out. He was out cold.
Why did he?
I don't know, but some guys, they just, some guys just throw random swinging punches like this. Have you ever seen mosh pits where they just throw limbs around? Like, it's not like I have anything against you, right? But I'll come in kind of helicoptering my arms around and elbows, and then if I hit someone, and I'm like, this is like if aliens were to come down, right, at that point in time, and you just see people going, just
they'd blow up the earth.
Yeah, it'd be like nuke. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's also a weird one for me. The whole mosh pit thing. I don't
Would you ever
like
get
it.
amongst mosh?
No. I'd never have, never
Right?
will. I like dancing. I just like dancing, having a bit of
I
space.
don't like fearing for my life.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a fucking.
And they're
weird
always
one.
trying to just be like, who's the king of the mosh pit? I'm like,
Yeah, it's a weird one. Well, that was all of mine because we all had the same fucking story.
We forgot the hats.
Oh fuck! We
We always
did.
forget something.
God damn it! They're right there too. I was looking around thinking, we forgetting something.
we've got to see if the audience watching on YouTube noticed.
Well, they did now.
Yeah, damn, eh? Oh, fucking hell.
Oh well,
Fuck yeah, we had juicy peas, baby.
let's go.
Juicy peas.
I guess you can hit the news button because what we're about to do is still news, right? So we'll
Okay,
just
well, yeah,
make
so-
it-
alright, so,
let's
okay.
just roll with the punches, mate.
Yes, sir.
We say
Suck on my dick.
Okay, Tori, Miss, please explain what we're about to do.
So we're going to do a little quiz, which is essentially all of the news, or not all of the news, but a lot, key highlights from the last week of news that's happened internationally, global, all that sort of stuff. It's a quiz. There's 10 questions, and I'm going to ask it and then give several. It's like multiple choice, and then the guys have to blow on their utensil to decide who wins.
And then maybe we can elaborate both ourselves and maybe you with backup if on any of the stories.
Yes.
So, and once again, we're playing for our second place medal. So, technically, you get second place, but you also earn status of man of the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And then we're going to post it on Instagram and everyone can vote who they think won man of the week.
And I was the last man of the week. That
So,
we,
Joey
played
won.
this.
Yeah, Joey won. Joey is the first
More
official.
the female of the week.
Yeah,
'cause
the
it was
woman
for-
of the week. I was
woman
about to
of the
say,
week,
it was a woman quiz.
Right, so we are playing for the first man of the week for 2025.
Yes.
With a second place fucking medal,
right.
which is confusing as fuck. But
Let's
you
get
the point.
Okay, so how I'm going to do it is I'll ask the question. If before I give the multiple choice answer, you think you know what it is, blow, and then you get first go.
Okay, and what are we doing now? Are we doing if someone fucks up the question, the other two still get a stab at it, or we move on because there's only 10 questions? Should we
They-
give the
they
other
get a
two?
stab.
Yeah, we'll give the other two a stab.
Yeah, correct.
Let's just roll.
Okay. Which is the weakest passport according to the Henley Passport Index of 2025?
That's a straight guess, right?
Papua New Guinea.
No.
I dropped my little green.
The multiple choice.
Oh, that's right. There's multiple choice.
Yeah.
We could have just waited.
Oh,
Do you want me to get the
yeah.
green
We're still
thing?
in it. We're still in it.
I got to get the green thing.
Oh yeah. Can you get my green thing? Sorry. Oh, go on, Tori. For fuck's sake.
that clip.
Thank you very much. All right, so me and DZ still get a stab. I forgot there was multiple choice.
Same.
Papua New Guinea. Not a bad guess. Not a bad guess.
So the multiple choice: Syria, Yemen, Afghanistan, Pakistan.
Afghanistan.
Yes, Dylan is right.
Thank you.
Why did you blow if you were out?
You don't get second chance.
This guy threw me off because he put his finger to his mouth. I'm like, what's this guy doing?
Okay, here's another one. I don't know if you know this one, but
Sorry, when you say weakest, you mean like it's not like weakest as in the least amount of countries in the world accept that?
They need a visa for most
yeah,
places.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, hiker Hardy Nazari went missing in Kosciuszko National Park after how many days was he found alive?
4?
No.
Fuck. I read the story.
Yeah, me and Joey.
Okay, 7, 14, 13.
14.
No.
7.
No.
No one
Really?
gets a point.
13.
13.
I thought seven was.
come
I
on.
thought 7 was more
They
believable.
kept saying 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So technically it was 13 days,
Yeah.
not 2 weeks. Fucking shit misinformation.
Okay,
Are you remembering these points?
I'm writing them down.
Oh, okay. Okay, so DZ's 1-0.
Nil,
Okay.
nil, yeah. Which country is experiencing an outbreak of human metapneurovirus?
China.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, what do Chinese people do when they have an erection?
What?
They vote.
I don't understand.
When Chinese people have an erection.
Oh, erection.
You're loving penises lately, eh?
Yeah.
An erection.
I like it.
Okay. How much do Australians need to pay for an electronic authorization to enter the UK?
There's multiple choice, right?
It was $50.
Incorrect.
Oh, right. Me and DZ.
Multiple choice.
Yep.
Entry to the UK is free for Australian passport holders. $20, $50, $10.
Free.
No.
Fucking hell.
$10.
No.
Oh, okay.
I could have swore I heard 50, but maybe not. Obviously
No,
not.
it's 20.
Okay.
$20?
It seems like a measly amount.
Yeah, that's
What are they doing with that money? Like,
no,
why
it's-
even make them
It's
pay?
going to Boris Johnson's
I reckon
pocket.
it's a tourist.
Boris Johnson.
It's essentially like a tourist tax. Like in some of the
Yeah.
European countries, like
a
Greece and that,
tourist tax.
it's like a tourist tax.
So
when you
stupid.
pay your accommodation, I think it's like you're paying for the tourist tax as well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Still 1-0. That's
Correct. Why did Paul and Naomi Wright from the Northern Territory make the news this week? Okay, the options are for finishing a walk from Darwin to Perth. They travelled from Australia to the UK without flying. They found a gold nugget using an amateur metal detector. They were snowed in at a UK pub for 3 days.
They travelled to the UK without flying.
No.
Fuck, I thought I saw that.
The
somewhere.
metal detector, go with the
No.
metal.
fine. So this is on to me. Come
it
on.
was hard.
That was snowed in at the pub.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I saw that. I did see that.
Yeah, I'll
Fuck.
give you that point,
Yeah,
man.
I saw
Woo!
that. Fuck.
Yes.
Wait, Dylan's got 2.
Yeah. So 2-1.
He's got 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Off which island did a seaplane crash occur this week?
Oh, I saw this too.
I saw this as well.
Ready?
Okay. Hamilton Island, Bruny Island, Kangaroo Island, Rottnest Island.
Bruni.
No.
Sorry, I need to get on the board.
Rottenness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a bit of a guess, that one, man.
Actually, I felt that frustration. Like, I thought.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the name of the political party to which outgoing Canadian Prime Minister? Yeah.
Liberal.
Yeah, Liberal Party.
Oh,
Yeah. I thought you'd get that one.
it's like the Nazi party.
No, that's the left wing. Trudeau is liberal, and then the other one's conservative.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Which of these territories or waterways has President-elect Donald Trump called to...
Panama Canal. No, fuck, the Gulf.
Gulf of Mexico.
Go. Yes.
President-elect Donald Trump called to be a part of the US?
Yeah, the Panama Canal.
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
There's multiple choice, guys.
Okay, yeah.
Fucking hell, let me finish.
Say it again. Say it again.
Which of these territories or waterways has President-elect Donald Trump called to be part of the US?
Okay.
The answers are Falkland Islands, Antarctica, Suez Canal, Greenland.
Oh, what?
Greenland.
Greenland's not a fucking
Greenland.
waterway. Come on, man. Greenland. What?
A territory?
He's on the board.
It's not a waterway. It's a
But
fucking.
it says which of these territories or waterways.
it's
Yeah.
a trick.
You guys have to listen.
Come on, boys, switch
Okay,
on.
yeah, my
So
bad.
what? Still what? 3-1-1 though.
Yeah, no, Dylan's got 4.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so there's 2 more. Okay. The Los Angeles wildfires have dominated US headlines this week. Which other significant weather event in the US was in the news last week? Okay. Hurricane Debbie, Hurricane Helene, Snowstorm Blair, Hurricane Milton. Oh.
That was me.
Yeah.
Snowstorm Blair.
Yes.
I think that was me, to
No,
be honest.
bro,
but,
you can look- we got- where's the replay?
VAR.
We got VAR.
You two were very
Yeah.
close, but I would say
Yeah.
I would say you.
All right.
How do they name these? Like they go, this seems like a Blair. You know what I mean? Like how do they?
I know in Australia with the cyclones they go in the Echo alphabet, whatever. So they start at A, they go Alpha, Bravo, Charlie.
Oh, and they just make up whatever.
Yeah,
with the
and
starting.
then they cycle. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Anyway, I could
There
be
we
And
wrong.
I never heard about the snowstorm. What happened? Like where was that in America?
I don't really hear about that either, to be honest.
I heard about it.
They are named alphabetically throughout the season, alternating between male and female names.
Oh,
So they
okay.
just randomly pick them. And Snowstorm Blair,
Blair seems like a scary bitch as well.
that was in North America. There's not a lot on it, actually. A huge winter storm has brought snow, ice, and freezing temperatures to a broad area of the US, with more than 60 million Americans under weather alerts in like Kansas.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so half
Yeah,
the
nice.
country's on fire and the other half's freezing. That's insane.
Yeah, Kansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Virginia, Arkansas, and parts of New Jersey.
Oh wow.
Surely you'd prefer to be copping the snowstorm,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Definitely.
Fucking, that's insane.
Okay, I have one more.
So Dylan's won, unless I get this. Oh no, he's won. 'cause
He's won
it's 4-2.
regardless.
Okay,
That's
But let's
That's
do
fine.
one more.
That's fine.
Which federal election feature does Prime Minister Anthony Albanese support changing?
Which election?
Which federal election
Yep.
feature?
Okay.
Oh yes, I know this. The term limits on that he wants to change the term limits for MPs to 4 years instead of 3 or some shit.
I'll give him that. Yeah, he wants to change the 3-year parliamentary term.
Fucking
Nice.
God damn it.
I mean, Dylan, come on. We knew he was going to
Yeah.
win. He's
Yeah.
up to date.
You know, all I do at work is read the news stories on the fucking computer because
Yeah.
they're right there and there's nothing else to do at work. So,
Dylan, put on your
Congrats,
medal.
mate. The man of the week goes to DZ.
Beautiful.
arigato.
Yep.
Second
place.
Fucking nerd.
Hey,
joking.
well,
I'm joking.
Gotta be good at something.
I knew the so it's rap and news.
Reading news.
Rap and news. They're pretty good.
I'm not even that good at the news, to be honest.
I mean, I feel now. I feel like I said this before. I feel like before Tori came, I feel like it was you were like the main source of
Yeah.
correct information.
Still
Come on.
very wrong though most of the time, man.
That was the problem. He was the only news source, and we were wrong every time. Almost. All right. Well, that does bring us to the actual news corner.
Yeah.
Updating you guys as always.
I'll start this bad boy off tonight.
Go
So-
for it, my friend.
So I know we touched on the LA fires, but I just wanted to give everyone, you probably are aware, but give
Yes.
the people at home a current update.
Yep.
California's Governor Newsom says that LA wildfires could be the worst natural disaster in US history. The death tolls reached 24 people. The total area burned in LA is the size of Paris. 70% of the Pacific Palisades has been destroyed. The fires are now threatening nearby areas, Brentwood and Encino, where many famous people own houses like Kamala Harris, LeBron James, Arnold Schwarzenegger. The FBI is launching an investigation into the drone operator that collided with and grounded Canada's Super Scooper aircraft, which was fighting the LA fires. So you know the planes that pick up water and dump it. Apparently, they're trying to launch an investigation because someone was driving a drone or controlling a drone that crashed into it and grounded it. So that's happened. Elon Musk tweeted an apology for everyone that is expecting their Cybertruck deliveries, as he started using them as mobile base stations to provide power to Starlink internet terminals in areas in LA without connectivity. He's also added security personnel in the vehicles and snacks and beverages for people it passes by. Multiple people around the city have been filmed allegedly starting fires of their own. 29 people have been arrested for looting homes. One man actually disguised himself as a firefighter to then rob people.
Oh my gosh.
And the forecast shows that wind speeds are only going to continue to rise into the double digits, with wind gusts from 35 to 70 miles per hour plus, and humidity 5 to 15%. Don't know what humidity means. I do know what it means, but I don't know how much 15% is. But that's what Tori was telling me about before. Like the wind speeds is what obviously blows the embers. You know what I mean? And continues. Because I just thought the fire has to stop eventually, right? It seems like someone's making these fires. And that's why originally I jumped on the conspiracy bandwagon, which you've seen, like, Diddy's house is gone. All these celebrities that probably had dirt on, gone. So it's like, it's a big conspiracy. They had water shortages and stuff. Apparently something to do with their home insurance. Like people that had home insurance, apparently they made it really hard to insure your home for some reason.
fires,
And
yeah.
I've heard people are saying, it's going to be the first smart city, or not the first smart city, but they want to wipe it clean.
Yeah, that's the
right?
biggest
Yeah,
one I'm
and
And
seeing.
then now there's so much land for the taking.
the
Imagine
Olympics, yeah.
all the shit they can do now. They're like, everything's gone.
I've seen, I don't know how true this one was, I just seen this, but apparently the fire map covers perfectly the area of the new Los Angeles high-speed rail, the rail network they want to build. And if you look at the map of the plan where the rail network is, the fires matches it perfectly almost. Also, another thing where people were getting upset with Newsom because so Trump said this before, that they could have directed, there's this some canal or something from Canada that they could direct the water into California and fill up all the water reserves and have the hydrant, because the hydrants have been running dry. And
why is that?
The governor of California didn't want to do that because they wanted to protect a tiny little fish, like, because they're super left wing, right? Super environmentally conscious and shit. So to protect this little fish, they didn't want to direct the water to have an abundance of water supply. So because of that, Trump's been using this to attack that guy, and a lot of people kind of turning on him saying he could have prevented this. Because how could the hydrants run dry? They're paying the governor or the mayor or some shit, or this woman, they cut the funding by like 17 million or something to firefighting and shit recently.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are upset with the government in California because it's
almost like it was planned.
It could have been prevented. Like, it's a lot of weird shit. And then the Diddy stuff as well. I mean, it's winter too, which is super strange. Like,
did they know if they
crazy.
defunded them a bit before? Could that be seen as a premeditated kind of plan to be like, well, if we cut the costs, like the funding for them, they're less likely going to be able to protect the people from the fires. But then I was looking at this video, and it's like, apparently, like with winds up to 10 kilometers, you're a firefighter, but winds from 30 kilometers plus, you're just an observer. You can't do shit unless you got aerial planes that are constantly, you know what I mean? But the winds were so bad, they couldn't even get aerial shit in there.
It's fishy, man.
It's crazy too, because I actually looked up. I actually don't think Diddy's house has been affected at all.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
I thought...
Yeah. So
But it doesn't, people involved with Diddy, California, like all these rich, famous people. It doesn't necessarily have to be Diddy.
It's a bit
like the names I said, ready? Kamala Harris probably does some dodgy shit in her life. LeBron James?
It's a bit of a dicey one, because I even seen these weird videos of people standing at the Hollywood sign filming themselves, and they're like, "Bro, there's no fires."
Yeah,
here.
I saw that.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
You just don't know. You don't know.
Troll?
You don't know if they're old videos and they're trying to troll, or we just don't know. We don't know what we're getting
hard,
shown.
yeah.
You don't know what the fuck's going on. It's it's weird. It's very very weird.
And it's just, it's kind of concerning too, man. I don't know, like 10 days out from Trump's administration, all this shit, they're burning all this evidence, they're doing all this shit.
It's like you said, they're just making it hard for him when he starts.
Fuck, man, who knows what's going on, bro? But it is terrifying.
Because that's going to take so long for LA to get back on their feet again.
It's winter. It's the middle of winter for them, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That boggles my mind that it's winter.
Is there any information on this story?
Does it still get hot there in winter?
Yeah, it wouldn't get that hot.
Not that hot.
No.
Information on what part?
On just anything.
Was that
like,
fire, the subway, the fire thing true? The way the fire map matches the fucking...
Yeah, so I've actually got that here. So fire started to help clear land for California's high-speed rail network. Twitter users have shared maps of the fires and matched it with a map of California's proposed high-speed rail network. Posts claim to show that the fires match the exact route that trains would take between San Fran and LA. There are also plans for high-speed trains from LA to Las Vegas. One Twitter account said an incredible piece of luck for developers building California's new high-speed rail network. But
Interesting.
fact checkers online hit back and showed the maps were being used. The maps being used were wrong or not to the correct scale.
Yeah, these fact checkers, always these fucking fact checkers happen to be on the side of the fucking government.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know. But I also saw another thing where Newsom did like a Freudian slip, where he was doing a press conference or something, and he's like, blah, 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 this is a week ago when we started these fires. Like people say, it's like a Freudian slip. But
wowzers.
yeah.
I don't know.
Weird,
Fishy.
man.
Fishy. And then the picture of Mel Gibson there. I don't know if he mentioned anything with the fires, but it's insane now because Mel Gibson for the past 20 years is apparently crazy, and now everyone's turning on his side and going, holy shit, this guy's correct. And that's I'm just thinking, I'm like, all you motherfuckers were literally bashing Mel Gibson for years, saying he's insane, and now all of a sudden everything he says, kind of like Cat Williams, makes sense.
He went on Joe Rogan, one of the newest episodes. It was a good episode.
Yeah, everyone was literally like saying, wow, this guy's a genius.
And there was a podcast, the one that Joe Rogan did with what's the director's name who did Pulp Fiction?
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, right? On that podcast, which wasn't that long ago, a couple of weeks ago before the fires, Joe Rogan said that he was talking to a fire marshal, and the fire marshal said, one of these days, California is so poorly managed, one of these days, a fire is just going to blaze through there, we're not going to be able to do anything. We can't
Yeah.
stop. There's
Yeah.
no water in the hydrants. They don't fund the fucking firefighters. We can't do anything. We're just getting lucky with the winds. He's like, one day when the wind is right, a fire's going to ravage all of
I've seen
California and we
that.
can't do nothing. And he said that like 3 weeks before the fire started on Joe Rogan. I literally listened to the episode live when it
So
came
it's just
out.
a matter of, was he right because like they're they've defunded the firefighters, there's no water in the hydrant pumps and that. Is that a coincidence or like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it
No,
seems like
it'd be-
planned kind of thing.
It'd be years of. So if you're a firefighter, you're
Yeah.
none the wiser. So that firefighter's, it's like when you complain about your average stuff at work, right? You're a Sparky. So whatever a little nuisance to you is, you complain about it for years. Your company never fixes it, and then one day the building catches on fire, and you go, "Well, see, we don't have fucking water down here. You guys don't provide us water." It's like that. So the fireys know all the shit that's wrong, but they don't get help. So then gone to Joe Rogan, bro. We are not equipped for a disaster. And then, surely enough, boom, a disaster hits, and then they go, "We fucking
But in
told
the middle
you
of
so."
in the middle of winter,
And people
That's
on
fucking
TikTok
weird.
are so stupid, right? They see now that people are sharing that clip of Joe Rogan saying he predicted it. First of all, Joe Rogan's clearly quoting someone else in that
Yeah.
clip. He keeps saying he was telling me and people in the comments are like, how did he know? How does he know
Yeah, 'cause
this? Like,
someone
this
told him.
This is sus. And it's like, bro, are you even fucking paying attention or
Nah,
what?
You know
Like,
what? Half those, I'm glad they're losing TikTok, those imbeciles, because they're fucking, bro, it's like a Bible to some of these guys. Like,
Yeah.
god damn.
Positive change is coming though, man. Things are on the right path.
I did want to add, though, not on a not so positive note, that as of an hour ago, there has been a fourth fire that has broken out, which is about 90 kilometers northwest of LA, and it's burnt through at least 2 hectares of bush.
Jesus,
Already.
man.
So they're
Crazy.
battling a fourth bushfire.
So the fires are all still ravaging as we speak.
Yeah, as of last
Wow.
night when I had a look, the main one was only 11% contained.
Wow.
The other one was 27% contained. So they're not contained at all.
so do they just have to go around everyone's house and be like, listen,
get
we all
out.
got to evacuate?
No, so they don't actually have the manpower to go around and tell people to evacuate. They'd be using SMS service, emergency services, like broadcasting
Radio,
it.
yeah.
I just had a look. They've deployed an additional 300. So there's currently 15,000 emergency workers in fire that are currently on the ground working. 15,000.
And they still don't have enough.
They still don't have
Wow.
enough. But did you see that they've also gotten Mexico, firefighters from Mexico?
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Which is stirring some stuff on TikTok.
Hopefully they get some rain, bro. Like that's what they
What were you
need.
saying about Trump yesterday?
Well,
Bob? You're
people
like-
were saying, Donald Trump wants to close the border and he doesn't want to let Mexicans in and blah, blah, blah. But look how they're the first ones to help, like just without, having to at the end of the
Without having
day.
to, yeah.
They're all on foot. There's hundreds.
Well, he doesn't want to
hundreds of
stop firefighters coming in. He wants to stop fucking criminals and
I know.
rapists. And it's
Yeah,
like, come
yeah.
on,
I
man.
know, but-
oh my
Yeah,
God.
that is.
them. People on TikTok.
so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You see
crazy.
that Mexican rapist dress up as firefighters? They're like, "Ah!"
If he closed the border in a disaster, other countries still help anyway. Like it's not it doesn't apply. Like it's so silly.
And fucking a vato loco fucking comes in,
Yeah,
tattoos on his
it's-
face.
it's
I'm here
not
to
the-
fight the fight, home.
Bro, it's not the cholos coming in.
Get
to
the fuck
fuck
out, man. Fucking, you ain't helping shit, motherfucker.
Anyway, what else?
I saw a story that scientists may have discovered how to erase unwanted memories. Yeah. So I only saw this today. I didn't read too much into it, but apparently they did some studies and they figured out that they could possibly erase people's unwanted memories.
That's impossible.
Well,
surely.
Tori will tell us that it very much is possible.
Yeah.
that reminds me of the movie Blink Twice. Similar.
Yeah.
He would take that drop and it would just like he would take it because of his trauma and stuff.
Good movie, eh?
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah, so Dylan is correct. There has been an article that's been published. Scientists believe they may have uncovered a method to erase unwanted or distressing memories. In the study published in PNAS, a team of international researchers collaborated on an experiment spanning several days involving 37 participants who were asked to associate a series of words with negative images. Researchers then tried out methods to reprogram the unpleasant memories. They were put to sleep to allow their memories to consolidate. Researchers then attempted to reshape the emotional associations by linking half of the words to positive images instead. This talks about like frequency range, all this sort of stuff. I'd have to going through it.
There's a lot of information there.
It's
It's
a
just
lot of info.
I don't know, like.
So it's like word association,
Correct.
helping them forget bad
Yeah.
shit and associate with good shit.
So what if someone's come from a really rough childhood and upbringing, and then most of their life is bad memories? Are they left with just only a small handful of good memories, period? Like the memories they do have, it's like, I've only had a handful of good memories, the rest is shit. But then it's like, does it change you? Yeah, I guess
I get what you're trying to say.
I guess
like,
it wouldn't change you because you're not your past experiences, but like your past experiences, good or bad, have shaped you to be the person you are. So do you think like you'd be, if you grew up around drugs and alcohol, you either go towards it or you double back and you go, fuck that, I'm not touching it, right? Do you not have that extra caution anymore to not do that because you haven't seen it because you don't remember it?
That's an interesting take.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. I wouldn't have thought of that.
It's like, cause it's, I don't know, like you're definitely not your past, but you are in a certain way, but bound to those experiences that shape your decision making post event.
I wonder how like literal it is. Do they literally just forget the memory, or like is it hazy? I wonder what that's like.
Or maybe they go, instead of you getting belted by your dad, he gave you a
Flowers
mud
and
cake
chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then technically, and if that ever worked, there'd be less serial killers, right? Because hurt people. So if there isn't hurt people because they're all forgetting their memories when they were abused, they wouldn't go out and murder people.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be good for trauma, like those police officers and shit we're talking about. Like,
yeah, true. Yeah. I guess it would be very, very, very useful in stuff that you'd see every day, like a paramedic or police officer.
Interesting.
So instead of like, it will get to the point where instead of therapists, the therapist would be there to just
zapping your
zap,
memory,
like Will Smith in Men in Black, just push the pen.
Just quickly, just a little bit more on this. How does it work? The brain stores memories by replaying them during sleep, a process that solidifies their connections in the neural network. By introducing a positive association to an existing negative memory, researchers essentially rewired the participant's brain. The next day, when participants were asked to recall the negative images, their responses were less vivid and emotionally charged, showing the potential to overwrite unpleasant memories. So nothing is confirmed, nothing is definitely working. It's just that in this example, they showed them negative images while they were awake, and then when they were asleep, subconsciously, like you said, word association, all that sort of stuff, showed them positive images, and they kind of just replaced them.
Yeah.
So it's, Joey, to your question, I don't know if it's that in depth. Like, I don't think they've
Not
advanced.
yet. It's not Men in Black shit. Yeah.
No, not yet.
But yet, though,
Yeah,
right?
not
Like,
yet.
can't you comfortably say nowadays, if they're working on something like that, like AI, like everything's going to get better.
Yeah.
Everything has in the past, right? Everything they've tried. No, maybe not everything. Maybe they have just complete flops. But like virtual reality, like...
Joey, the point that you mentioned before is actually in this article. It says the ethical considerations of memory manipulation also loom large. Would it be ethical to erase memories of past mistakes that help shape who we are? Could this technology be misused, perhaps in ways that blur the line between memory enhancement and mind control?
Yes, because what if you have a hitman, right? He's fresh out of jail and you're like, okay, I need you to go kill this person. And he's killed a few people, this and that, and he starts to feel bad about what he's done. And he starts to back out, and you're like, don't be a bitch. You got to keep killing these people. I've got a list. I've got a hit list. And then you go, zoom, or do the memory thing, and then he has no remorse anymore.
Yeah.
He's still left with...
Now, let me bring up the elephant in the room. TikTok ban. Americans, whatever shall they do? Is this thing legit? I don't see it happening for long or happening at all, if it does happen. As much as we hate to admit it, it's just such a big part of our lives now.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, so I haven't heard anything about the ban. They're looking to ban it in America?
Oh, no, well, apparently it's going ahead. We're not fully ban it, whereas if they get rid of the app, but apparently the App Store in America from the 19th will stop updating the app. So you can still kind of use it, but eventually it's just...
It won't work because they do updates like twice a week.
Yeah.
So like it'll pretty much immediately.
Even updates you don't notice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like mine.
yeah.
But it's so they went ahead with this ban months ago, like almost a year I think, and they gave ByteDance, who owns TikTok, because it's a Chinese company. That's what they're worried about. They're worried about security and shit. So they said you have to sell it to an American company or someone else, or else we got to ban it because we're worried about security. So they gave them the date, the 19th of January. the 19th of January is coming out. They still haven't sold it. They said they don't want to sell it. They're not interested. So Trump originally was against it.
There's no incentive of them selling it.
Well,
They'd rather America
exactly.
not be banned.
That's
in
why
America.
they don't care. But like Trump originally was for the ban, and then he flipped. He says, we're doing very well on TikTok, very well with the young people, so we might have to keep it. We might have to keep it. So he's a fucking idiot. But now he likes it and he wants to bring it back, so he might try to do something.
He will.
But
He'll save it. He'll be the savior.
The same thing happened in India. India had TikTok. It was a huge market, 1 billion people on TikTok. They banned it. So then all the Indians, they went to Reels, and Instagram Reels popped off in India heaps. So like it has happened before.
Interesting, man.
But yeah, I don't really see it happening. I feel like if it does happen, Americans are just going to make an American company is going to make an app that's virtually the same.
Yep.
With their own spin on it, and they will use that. Like,
But that means everyone else won't be on that.
exactly
version.
though. Yeah.
Exactly. Which isn't good for
It's not good
us.
for them.
It's not good for us who are trying to branch out and make content for music in the pod, because then everything gets divided
Well,
now.
But it'll be good though, because now we have another avenue, because we'll hop on that American one, whatever that is, and TikTok. And we pump
that is true. So
two
whatever,
channels.
if it does go ahead and it does get banned, whatever the new app that comes out, we need to jump on it straight away. Straight away.
Some key information just on the ban. Everything you guys said is correct. TikTok users who already have the app downloaded on mobile devices will likely still have access to it, but they will be unable to update the app, which will then likely become unusable.
Yep.
Just in terms of purchasers or interested buyers, there have actually been interested buyers. Project Liberty, which is an organization led by billionaire Frank McCourt, announced last week that it did make a formal offer to ByteDance to buy the US assets of TikTok. McCourt, who is a former owner of the LA Dodgers, announced last month that Project Liberty had secured verbal commitments of up to $20 billion for the purchase.
As if you turned down
But
20 bill.
no, it wasn't accepted.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how much does a verbal deal really mean? You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It was just a verbal offer.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the CEO of TikTok's a dude from Singapore. Like, he speaks perfect English and everything. They were trialing him in court. They're like, do you have connections to China? He's like, no, I'm from Singapore.
I've seen that today. He's like, sir, I'm Singaporean.
And the judge is full like grilling him like he's Chinese. He's like, and he's full like a redneck too. He's like, do you have connections to China?
He's like, do you talk to China? Like, I can fucking speak English, man. I'm not from there. I'm fucking Singaporean, you piece of shit. Fucking.
Talking about Chinese, can you get up on YouTube the video of the Chinese officer making the savage takedown
I saw
during
it.
the anti-terrorist drill?
Yeah,
Have you seen this?
Rey Mysterio.
Bro, he literally...
Oh, the guy who fucking does the
He
neck
does the
thing.
Rey Mysterio
Oh,
move. Did you see it?
I've seen it.
Let's watch it. I still got to watch it with you guys.
China's
This is
going to take
crazy.
over the world, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I feel like if you're Chinese, you're either...
Hold on.
Look at this. That's Rey Mysterio move right there. Spins him.
I want to try that so
he
bad.
wraps his legs around his head, spins him around, and flips him with his legs.
I like how they got a picture of him at the bottom.
Yeah.
there too.
So like, I feel like if you're Chinese or Asian in general, I feel like you're either intelligent or you know some kind of mixed martial arts. You know what I mean? Like, or both. Or both.
That is great.
Is that a fair statement? You're either intelligent, like, because most of them are, right? Or you have some kind of training in Taekwondo or something.
I'll tell you right now, man, China is scary, bro, because they're playing the long game. If you
Yeah.
there's an old book, I think The
Yeah.
Art of War by Sun Tzu, right? I think that's the book. It's basically like a how-to journal written centuries ago about how to basically take over the world and be in power forever. And China has been like the longest lasting dynasty on earth. And I feel like they are planning to pretty much be the world superpower, but they just do it very slowly. They're watching America crumble, crumble themselves. China keeps their fucking society in check.
On
They're
a
all
tight
smart.
leash.
They're all fucking, you know, put their abilities to good use.
Their
They
TikTok
just-
is being
they're
put
waiting,
to good
man.
use. The TikTok is like valuable material, like, you know what I mean? Like, shit. They don't get on board with these trends as much as I'm sure they do, but like,
I bet the TikTok. I don't think TikTok's banned in China. They have their own version. So I don't get it. So they're concerned that it's a Chinese company, but they don't even have TikTok. They have a different thing. Yeah.
but I thought
So,
TikTok
I don't get
originally. I thought TikTok originally was a Chinese company.
Well, that's what they're saying.
TikTok is not available in mainland China. because the government wants to control content within the country. However, a similar app called Douyin, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is... and
say it with the
Douyin-
accent.
No. Douyin is owned by ByteDance.
Oh, so it's the same
So
company.
it is fucking
Oh,
TikTok.
Right,
Yeah.
what the hell? That's
But,
weird.
their TikTok videos are just like kids doing math and shit. It's
Yeah.
not fucking girls fucking thoughts dancing with their fucking tartars out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
boring.
Yeah, man. Or if it is, it's blurred pussies. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, they are the superpower. They are the world superpower. I don't care what anyone says. I know everyone's like Russia, America, but it's like I feel like Russia's that traumatized dude that's just like scares everyone with his silence, and then like and America's that guy that's just obnoxiously loud and drunk and like thinks they know everything, but they're actually pretty dumb. And then China is like that assassin that doesn't say. You know the people that say worry about the person that doesn't speak a word to anyone rather than the guy that's running his mouth. China's just like. Just watching, observing.
Russia's not even close, man. Russia's not even close.
Especially
It's-
after the Ukraine stuff. Like
you see that video of the when Putin and Xi Jinping met and they had their bodyguards and they caught off the plane. There was a Russian security guard and the Chinese security guard, and they're both just standing there hard as, and they just look at each other and they give each other a little nod and a smile, and then everyone was like went viral.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, China. Have you seen their cities?
so
and shit
impressive,
too? Like
man.
their architecture. It's so everything is like works perfectly,
Yeah.
and it's for the people and everything. And I've seen comments on those videos of the architecture, like the high-speed trains and all the neon lights, and they're like, we could have this too, but like capitalism is so greedy, and all the companies are so greedy. It's all about greed and personal gain. That it's stalling the fucking progression of the
humans,
the
of
nation,
humanity,
bro.
yeah.
Like
but then communism isn't so
it's
great
not
either.
the
though.
yeah, no, it's not. It's not. So there's no perfect answer.
No.
I don't know. You got to kind of.
So
I'm
basically-
leaning towards communism a little bit.
I'm changing my views.
I mean, it depends, right? It all varies. But would it be safe to say your society will flourish more, right? So more money will go into the actual society, right? If it's a communist country rather than capitalism, because capitalism's
does in China.
out. Because if you're a capitalism society, you're more looking out for yourself and not the overall population, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, spot
or is
on.
that like is some communist countries just like,
Well, it depends.
The,
You could be-
the country shit and
No, so you
Cuba.
you could be a
Yeah.
you could be a communist country, but the leader's a dictator, and he's not giving to the people at all. It's like
Yeah.
Cuba back in the day. All those countries were
Yeah.
like that. Like a lot of the Middle Eastern countries all have that problem.
Yeah.
Whereas China, they're probably giving a bit more to the people, but it's still very controlled. Does that make sense? It's hard to explain.
because you got to keep
like-
them happy at the same time, right? To a
Yeah.
certain extent. But some of them don't know any different, so it's easier to keep them happy, right?
I think the only thing with China is the censorship and the content. That's what people worry about. But if you look at the actual society, the people in China are generally pretty normal, pretty happy for the most part, unless there's poverty. But like, there's a billion motherfuckers, so
Yeah.
But like, if it wasn't for the content, and if China was on all social media and we saw them all the time like everyone else, they'd be like, people wouldn't fucking knock it so much.
Well, I guess like that's like Americans that think we're so controlled and we live in a prison in Australia, and we're like, but this is all we've ever known. I guess China would be like that. They'd be like, what do you mean, like censorship? What? Like, I guess it is. We are censored with a lot of information, but they're still probably one of the smartest motherfuckers in the world, and they're censored the most. You know what I mean?
But it is a lot of freedom. Like, the Chinese government owns pretty much a portion of almost every company. Like, so, you do lose that aspect of freedom. Like, you are
do.
relying on the government for everything.
yeah.
So they're at the drop of a dime, they can become a tyrannical, fucking imprison everybody and fucking. So it's like, it's there's no perfect solution on earth right now. Really, every country has its fucking flaws.
But I think at the end of the day, whether you're gonna get more atrocities happening where there's more freedom, but obviously more freedom is also the better choice. More freedom equals probably more chaos. But I feel like at the end of the day, you just gotta trust the good people in the world to not spread that chaos
Doesn't everyone owe China money as well? Like every country
well,
is in debt to China.
China has debt too. China's got a lot of debt, and everyone has debt.
Everyone's just in debt to each other.
Yeah, literally. I don't think there's a country on earth with no debt.
everyone's in debt,
We're just
right?
headed for a dicey end.
Yeah.
Because one day some cunt's gonna go, I want my fucking 500 mil. Push the buttons.
Speaking of freedom, did you see that the Ukraine claims they captured 2 North Korean soldiers from the war, and they released a video interviewing them, and the North Korean soldiers supposedly say, we thought we were going for training. Like, we didn't know this was an active combat zone, and they're like all fucked up and shit. Like,
Oh my
so
god.
they've been tricked into going to the war by Kim Jong Un.
Oh
If
man.
anyone's gonna do it, it's that guy.
They don't know
Yeah,
how.
you go. We do training. You go. We very fun. I look after you. Okay, you go now. All right.
When they don't know-
You fucking prick.
They don't know how true the video is, though. And
Yeah,
did
bro.
you-
That's cap. Bro.
Did you see Zelensky on Lex Friedman?
No.
Lex Friedman interviewed Zelensky recently, and they did a whole 3-hour interview about the war and everything. And it was pretty interesting because Zelensky's speaking Ukrainian, Friedman's speaking Russian, but they're also speaking English at some points, but they use AI, so it's their voice still, but it's like dubbed. Pretty interesting interview about everything, and like, I don't know, opens your eyes a little bit. Like, yeah, it taught me a lot about that guy, Zelensky in Ukraine and
Yeah,
the situation.
Tori, can you just please Google what are the most corrupt countries in the world? I'm pretty sure Ukraine's at the top of the list, or in the top 10 or something.
He spoke about that. That
Yeah.
they used to have a real bad corruption
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. Supposedly he wants to fix it, but he's also delayed elections and shit
Yeah.
using the war.
I think
So,
I think he's getting very rich from this war. That man.
yeah.
The top 10 most corrupt countries in the world, based on 2023: Somalia, Venezuela, Syria, South Sudan, Yemen, North Korea, Haiti,
Nicaragua.
Equatorial Guinea, and Turkmenistan.
So no Ukraine in there, huh?
No,
It's all the ones you barely hear about because they're the ones that can get away with the most shit.
They're all-
Turkmenistan is wild.
yeah, I've watched.
Well, given that I've only heard that name twice in my life, that country, I could
It's illegal to have any other car color except white or silver. The buildings are all perfect
Yeah.
marble, beautiful buildings, but the city's empty. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
It's wild, bro.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video on that. Actually, it was like a mini docu-series thing. Very interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Can we
Yeah.
go there and do a podcast there? Or you get a rest today.
Yeah, it's next to Afghanistan, Iran,
Fuck that.
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan.
Is anyone going to Afghanistan for a holiday or? Imagine like going somewhere where you're like, we're going for a culture shock, not like comfort. You're going to kind of, you know how Spenyon does those YouTube
Yeah.
videos in the hood or whatever. But imagine just going to countries,
To Turkmenistan.
not to. It's more of a like a either a YouTube thing or something. Like imagine that.
I'd go to North Korea. I don't think Kim Jong Un's that bad of a guy. I reckon it's all been just very fabricated and over exaggerated. I think he'd be all right.
Yeah, it depends. Depends who you ask.
I used to watch a guy on YouTube, Indigo Traveler, and he did that. He went to like the African countries, and he goes all these places. So interesting, man.
I
Like,
watch him.
Well,
I
he's
still
good, eh?
watch him.
Is that the one you showed me?
I've shown you a couple, but I watch
few?
him on YouTube.
Yeah, he's great.
I love his
Yeah,
videos.
he's mad.
Yeah.
and he's been to like fucking like he goes to African countries, Haiti, everywhere. And there was one, I can't remember what country it was, but he went, like the lady had a flooded house. Everything was flooded.
Oh, I seen that
And
one.
she's-
They live in water.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if that was that guy actually. That might have been a different video, but still, like she was had a little like a bench seat in the middle of the room, nothing else in the room, and it was like knee high water, and she was sleeping there. Like it's so eye opening.
I've seen that. I've seen that on TikTok.
Yeah, it was a TikTok. I don't think it was that dude actually. I think I'm getting
Is
mixed up.
it,
But
this is the guy you're talking about in general, though, right?
yeah, Indigo Traveler. Yeah, that dude. He's New Zealander guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a sick cunt.
He's got Haiti, Madagascar, North Korea.
Oh, he went?
Yeah.
What?
Did he come
Inside.
back?
Yes, obviously. Honduras, Jamaica, Ukraine, Ghana. Like, he's literally been everywhere. Pirates on coast of Venezuela.
Oh my golly gosh!
He's really good.
And he just goes on his own.
No, he's usually got a guide or someone
Yeah.
he knows that guides him around, like an English speaking person.
Yeah.
And some wild shit happens. Like they get stopped by like pirates or guards or whatever, and they threaten them, and they got guns and shit, and
Jesus
it's pretty crazy, bro.
Christ.
It's wild stuff.
Very
And
interesting.
most of the world lives like that.
Yep.
That's how privileged we are. Most people. That's not even a minority. Most people live like that.
And you cunts are complaining about losing TikTok.
Yeah, straight up.
Fuck me. I hope I can't wait till you guys lose it. Oh, and we're going to be scrolling, looking at Fots dancing with their tartars out, man. I can't wait. Woo!
I'll definitely be. I feel like would be more happier with like when you see people living in those conditions and you see them and they're happy, and you're like, you're happier than some of the people I know that have all these things.
Yep.
And I feel like if everyone was just to get rid of social media, or it'd be hard, right? But and it would kill a lot of businesses, right?
Yeah.
But it would also kill a lot of negativity in the world also, you know? But then again, I feel like it's used for more good than bad, but a lot of bad is enabled through social media, bro.
Well,
You know what I
look, maybe to end us, right, Joey, give us an inspirational quote about this situation we're in. We're about to lose TikTok, right? Wildfires are spreading like crazy. The other half of America's snowstormed in. We're kind of okay down here, but don't forget, we had our fires during 2020 and that we copped it as well, right? You got people sleeping in water bunk beds and shit. You got the Indigo traveler going to North Korea. End us out with an inspirational quote for the people that are losing TikTok.
When one door closes, another door opens. And just remember, that door that's closing, it's artificial. But what's going to open is reality for the rest of your life. Hold those you love close. Wholesome moments, man. I said this before, that New Year's Eve shit we we're talking about before. Wholesome moments with real life people in your presence is what it's about. That's what life's about. Connectivity, not on the iPad, not on your fucking, all the kids nowadays. The moments you'll remember are those ones you make in real life, not on that fucking tablet of yours. Let's go, baby.
Straight up.
I like it.
Don't catch AIDS.
Don't catch AIDS.
Well, that's it, man. I've got no more points, man. That's
it for me, man.
Tori,
Nothing else from me.
give us an inspirational quote, Tori.
Don't tell stories on a podcast that you shouldn't tell.
Sorry, I've got in trouble.
There was a lot of bleeps in this
There
episode.
was a few edits, you know.
But that's what the FireCast is about, baby.
Wait,
guys.
I got one.
Okay.
He who blames others has a long way to go on his journey. He who blames himself is halfway there. He who blames no one has arrived.
Love
Let's go.
that. Very good.
Guys, as always, thank you so much for listening. We are back in full swing. Join my new religion, Scientology. I will be the leader.
You and Tom Cruise
I was
together.
about to say that.
I'll catch you guys next week.
Salute.
That was a good one, guys. That was cracker.